All right, guys, we are back. And once again, we are in warning ops. Tornado warning in effect for Port Austin and Grindstone City, extreme north Huron County. Again, this is going to be a tornado warning. There has been a waterspout confirmed via trained spotter in Port Austin with this storm. So this has a confirmed waterspout. It is not on land yet, but it is about to be on land here in Huron County. All right, this is northern Huron County in the thumb of Michigan. It's going to include Grindstone City and Port Austin until 7:15 p.m. Okay, looking at our radar here, it does appear that the bulk of this is coming on shore right now in Port Austin. We do not have a good radar visual with this because the closest radar is about 8,900 feet off the ground, but velocity is very, very strong here. All right. Looking at the radar here, off radar Omega from the Gaylord radar, we're going to see a area of brighter velocities here showing up roughly, right around the Port Austin area here, moving on shore. So we're going to take Detroit's look at this, and we're going to see a similar picture here, but we're just not seeing much anything as far as velocity goes, just because these radar beams are really too far up in the atmosphere here. But spotters have confirmed that there is a waterspout moving on shore right now near the Port Austin area. So Port Austin, you guys got to be underground now, as well as Grindstone City. Anywhere between Port Austin, Grindstone City along the lakeshore, you guys need to be underground right now. This warning is going to be in effect for extreme northern Huron County for 30 more minutes. So it goes until 7:15 local time here. So again, this is the closest beam that we have to it here, which is out of Gaylord. So we're not seeing too much what's happening on the ground here, but we do have a spotter, again, confirming that this is going to be tornado warn now, or it's a inland waterspout potential here with the storm moving into Huron County near Port Austin.
If you guys know anybody in the Huron County area, feel free to share a stream with them. It's heading right up Port Austin, Port Hope. Although Port Hope's going to be a little bit south of that, probably.
We're going to leave this right here so the red box shows up a bit better. So Port Austin and Grindstone City, the only two places really in this warning. And again, we cannot see this. It's really high up in the atmosphere with the radar beam. So we do have, again, we have spotters confirming a waterspout. Nothing confirmed tornadic on the ground right now, although we do have a couple of our colleagues who are also storm chasers, not affiliated with us, but colleagues here who are currently driving towards Port Austin. They should have reports here. If there's anything that's on the ground, they're going to know about it with this storm as it moves into Port Austin. Looks like the bulk of this is going to be moving into Port Austin right now, or is just about to. So you guys need to be underground, safe place here. Basement's your first choice. Interior closet is your second choice. Hallway away from windows is your third choice. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. This is a radar indicated warning here. So this is not a confirmed tornado, but again, we did have a confirmed waterspout there that was observed a few miles offshore heading toward Port Austin. So it wasn't just a fair weather waterspout, it was a tornadic waterspout. So this storm does have capability of producing that tornado here, which is why it's just warned. It's a supercell. The ingredients are there in Huron County, mentioned on our last stream. The ingredients are there in Huron County for tornadoes as well as damaging winds as well. So we mentioned it. It came to fruition, unfortunately, but likely, or should I say hopefully, we're not seeing anything on the ground. But again, we don't have a chaser out there right now, but we do have colleagues who are kind of relaying information to us, which we can give to you guys. So again, Port Austin and Grindstone City. You guys need to be ground to get into your closet, hallway, away from windows. We're not going to get a visual on anything on radar here just because it's just so far off the ground. So we're going off spotter reports at this point. That's all we can really do. And all I can tell you is there's potential for a tornado to be on the ground here, moving into Port Austin or in Port Austin right now. So we have two potential areas here I want to point out. We have one area could be down here. Another area could be up here as well. A couple of these areas here do look interesting. So we're going to watch this. It could still be moving towards Port Austin offshore here. It's kind of hard to tell with the radar being so far off. But again, if you live anywhere in the polygon, it bears extreme caution here. Make sure you're taking your precautions as the storm moves onshore. This is going to be a pretty quick stream because once this is, brush the tip of the thumb here, there's no other threat ongoing. We do watch later tonight for West Michigan for a potential threat over there. But after this storm brushes the northern part of the thumb here, there's no other active threat. So this is going to be a pretty quick stream. But regardless, this is going to be concerning because there is a tornado warning here for Port Austin, northern Huron County.
Another thing to note is because it's a tornadic waterspout, you won't know if there's a CC drop like you usually see on a tornado until it's already on shore. So again, if you live anywhere along that lakeshore, you should be taking shelter no matter what.
Just kind of sent a picture from one of our colleagues here from a beautiful looking storm. It doesn't look like anything's on the ground right now though, but we'll keep an eye on things as this moves toward Port Austin. It's either in Port Austin now or about to brush the north side of Port Austin here. Again, kind of hard to tell here. There could be two potential areas, one down here and then one up here. So we'll see what happens with this. It's very hard to see. We're not going to see anything on our debris products likely unless it's a very strong tornado. So we'll see. But right now we're not seeing anything. Again, here's your beam from Detroit. We're using the Canadian radar here. Detroit looks pretty weak on velocity, but again, it's 9,000 feet up there. So anything below 9,000 feet, it's gonna. There's your Gaylord radar here. Yeah, Drew and Joel here are driving back to their home bases. We're just all kind of hanging out behind the scenes here when the warning dropped, so we went ahead and went live here. So Drew's in here with me, Joel as well, but we don't have any chasers on this. We do have colleagues though who are on the storm, who are relaying information to us though. DTX continues the tornado warning as radar indicated until 7:15. So another 25 minutes here. It continues. It's the only threat with the storm. They're not saying hail or damaging winds is likely. They're just saying this is possible tornado here in northern Huron County. It's still radar indicated. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's likely going to be associated with this part of the storm just offshore here. It's hard to tell. Could be down here as well. But I think the actual area of interest is going to be over here, just offshore of Port Austin right now. Looks like Joel's back with us.
Yeah.
Yes, Port Austin did get hit by a couple tornadoes the past couple of years. This is at least the third, perhaps fourth time that Port Austin has had a similar warning here. We're not going to say a tornado just because we don't have no idea if this is actually a tornado or not. It's radar indicated. But this has happened many times before for Port Austin. So this is the only threat currently in the state. And yeah, here's a Cassett radar showing some increase of velocity just offshore there. That matches up with what I'm thinking with that area of interest is on radar. So we're also seeing it now just offshore of on the DTX radar as well. If I were to stop sharing and share my other screen with you guys that I have pulled up on the other side of my computer, we're going to see there's greens and reds up here. That's likely going to be the area of interest, and it's just offshore Port Austin. So your shore is going to be this white line where it says Port Austin down here. That's your shoreline. So it's likely going to just move north of the shore, which is great news. But Grindstone City is the next area up to bat with this. So be alert. Hopefully it stays offshore. But definitely stay tuned here in Northern Huron County for sure.
There's a Port Austin webcam according to chat.
Pulling up now. Yeah, pulling up now.
Thank you, Christopher, for suggesting that.
Unfortunately, that's pointing to the west. That's not going to help us.
It is?
Yeah, it's pointing to the west northwest, so it's not going to help.
Top of the radar at the Saginaw Airport. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. I don't know if we can freely get that though.
Oh, what one?
One of the airport. I don't think there's an airport radar in the Tri-Cities area.
No, probably not.
If it is, it's going to be a small private airport one that we probably can't even access.
Yes, this is the same line that moved through Gladwin County that me and Joel and a few other chasers were on.
That's true.
Looks like the area of interest is still going to stay offshore here, crossing Port Austin right now, just offshore, about a mile or so. So if you guys, it's about 3 miles offshore according to the radar. Again, we're not going to see a CC drop if there's anything on land here. Over water, it's not going to loft debris. So it's very difficult to see at 9,000 feet radar height here what's going on. But I think the area of interest is going to remain over here. This is an old radar too. We want to take back our Gaylord radar. There we go. So it's moving here. Pretty good clip. So Grindstone City should be the only concern right now is the thumb kind of curves down at that point. So this storm is likely at its worst right now, at its peak, and it's going to move back onto water here, and it's going to continue into Lake Huron. So once it does that, we will hop off here and make a part 3 to this coverage of severe weather. But regardless, Huron County, Northern Huron County, needs to be still inside, away from windows, underground if you have a basement. If not, interior closet, interior hallway. Put as many walls between you and outside as possible. Yeah, the inflow notch here where Grindstone City does not look appealing to me. This is look like. Luckily, it's not really on land, so it's just brushing the tip of the thumb here, which is great news. I'm going to guess the area of interest with the storm is going to be right in this area right there. But with this little notch developing down here, it could also develop a new one back down there as well. So we're going to watch all angles of this, although the good news is both of those are pretty much on water, not affecting land. So this should affect boaters and marine, those who are out on the lakes the most. And this warning will likely be canceled here pretty shortly as the storm moves over the lake. Have not heard of any reports here of damage or anything like that. Nothing confirmed that went through Port Austin at this point. Last we heard was a lot of motion with the storm, a lot of motion in the clouds and stuff like that. So a lot of wind shear, a lot of helicity, likely a lot of spin to get the storm rolling. But luckily, it looks like it's skirted to the north of Port Austin. And latest scan is about to move it back onto the lake. And we'll be good to probably hop off here in a few minutes.
I say Drew and I gotta head out. So,
all right, peace, guys. Enjoy your Applebee's.
Thanks.
Will do. See ya.
See ya. And then there is one. So we got tornado warning in effect here for extreme northern Huron County near Port Austin and Grindstone City. Storm is currently moving back on the water here. It did brush the northern tip of the thumb. Had a tornadic waterspout observed by storm spotters about 20 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago. And that's what prompted the marine warning of, as I said, waterspout observed in this purple box here, which I'll draw that if you guys can't see it, right about that area. And then tornado warning was issued as a precaution just in case it came on shore. Luckily, it looks like the storm is staying off of shore because here's your shoreline, Port Austin, Grindstone City, and then area of interest is right about here. So just barely staying offshore. Debris product is still not showing anything. Don't expect it to. It's not going to loft any water. You can't do that. It's not going to show up on your CC debris product here. So if there's anything that was confirmed, we'll know about it a little bit later on. I will check the electric company for any outages just in case, although I don't think there would be any coming in this quickly. Is it going to be moving east across the lake towards the Ontario area? Although it looks like it is weakening quite a bit here. So likely not going to make it over there to Canada. So the only area that's getting rain right now is going to be Grindstone City, and that should move offshore here next scan that comes in. Once it does, we'll be hopping off here momentarily. Yeah, guys, I'll cover the rest of the night here once this storm is officially offshore. So stick around there. I will go over again what's expected tonight. Nothing changed if you caught our last stream. Nothing changed from what I said before. West Michigan toward Grand Rapids will have the best chance of a severe storm tonight, and that should weaken as it pushes eastward. So really West Michigan from about Grand Rapids area down to like Kalamazoo, 131 corridor there would be the highest concern for any severe later on after 9 p.m. this evening. And then points eastward should just be rain and general storms later on in the night. Thank you, Chaos Coordinator, for gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate your support of the channel. As always, welcome to the team, guys, who just got gifted. But yeah, I'll take you guys through future radar here in a second. Warning has been dropped. All right, perfect. Tornado warning has been canceled for Huron County. That was an interesting 20-minute stream. Good news there. We'll look for damage reports and stuff like that. We have colleagues in the area who will report that as well. So as far as outages go, nothing's popping in on the outage map. So with that being said, warning is expired. Let's take one last peek here at the future model that's currently coming in for tonight. Nothing changed from earlier. We're going to look to our west here across the lake to Wisconsin. There's your big old line of storms expecting to come through. They should weaken as they cross Lake Michigan, but they'll arrive. This is at 10 p.m. tonight. This is 9 right here. Here's 10. Here's 11. And that is where the model stops. So it's going to arrive about Manistee down to, we'll say, Grand Rapids area, point southward. This line will move in. That could carry damaging winds. There is a low risk across the Big Rapids, Mount Pleasant area of a 2% chance of a tornado. So keep that in mind as well as they first arrive on shore from the Big Rapids, Muskegon area eastward. They could have a tornado chance as well up there. Low chance right now. Main threat should be damaging winds here. Not really seeing concern for hail. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to pop out of here. We'll go ahead and run this through one more time for you guys. There's a arrival there, 10 to 11 o'clock. It will weaken as it pushes eastward across the state, reaching the east side by about 3 to 4 a.m. as just showers and potential rumble of thunder there. No severe weather is expected over on the east side. If anything's going to happen, it'll be over on the west side along US 131 corridor. Lake Michigan to, we'll say, 127 would be the best bet in points west. All right. Thank you, Red Dozer, for gifting 10 memberships. And again, for those of you who just got gifted, welcome to the team. As always, Red Dozer, appreciate your support of the channel. You're much appreciated. All right. With that being said, guys, I'm going to pop out of here. You guys have a safe evening, and we'll make a part 3 stream for later. So do me a favor. Please smash the like button on your way out. We would appreciate that. And we'll see you guys either tonight. If not tonight, then we'll see you guys tomorrow night on our Sunday night weekly live stream to discuss the rest of the upcoming week. Temperatures, precip, severe chances, all of the good stuff tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right. You guys stay safe. And we have another gift membership. Jas, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Appreciate your support of the channel as always. Jas has been a big giver here on our page, as well as Red Dozer too. So thank you guys. Appreciate your support as always. So with that being said, we'll go live again later tonight if need be. And if not, we will be live tomorrow for our Sunday night weekly at 7 p.m. All right. You guys stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. All right.